So it's my honor to be presenting the final Human Relations Award to an individual who's near and dear to the NCCJ family, Frank Longobardi, Chief Executive Officer of Cone-Resnick. Frank was first introduced to NCCJ when he was banquet vice chair of this very event in 2008. It was then he learned about NCCJ's mission. What resonated with him from the start was that NCCJ was doing the important work of creating a society in which every person has the opportunity and access to prosper and be the very best they can be. And he wanted to be a part of that mission. It's not enough to want change to happen. Frank needed to be a part of that change. So he joined the NCCJ Board of Directors in 2010. Subsequently, he became the board vice chair in 2013 and board chair in 2015. It was at that very first banquet that Frank had the idea of holding a campership auction at each awards banquet to honor the youth and allow more young people to attend NCCJ Anytown. They were hoping to raise between $5,000, $10,000 at that first campership auction. Little did they know that one day that one idea would raise $493,000, $79.43 by 2017. I threw in the 79.43 for all the accountants out there, Frank. So Frank has lent his goodwill and energy to many nonprofits in the Hartford region, including serving as the past chairman of the Arthritis Foundation, where he was honored with its Legacy Volunteer Service Award for his 20-plus years of commitment. He serves on their foundation's National Board of Directors and chairs its audit committee. He also serves on numerous other boards, including St. Francis Hospital Foundation, UConn Foundation. One night, I was in New York City, and I ran into Frank and Pat at a fundraiser. But unlike me, he wasn't just attending the fundraiser. He was with former New York Yankee manager Joe Torre at the Joe Torre, the Safe at Home Foundation, whose mission is to provide healing services to youth traumatized by exposure to domestic violence, child abuse, teen dating abuse, and sexual assault. Through Frank's life, he's been an advocate for those in need. And with the support of his wife, Pat, they created the Longobardi Family Foundation to create safe, healthy, and just communities. Frank, for your commitment to NCCJ, your commitment to our community, and each individual who benefits from the generosity of your being, I'm pleased to present you with the distinguished and well-deserved Human Relations Award.
Thanks, Joe. That was really special, and I appreciate that. And thank all of you for being here tonight. I mean, that's really, these things don't happen without the people here that really kind of support our community. So that means an awful lot. They told me that we have to be out of here by 11, and I promise I'll get you out by 11. So I shouldn't be more than an hour, hour and a half. Right, Bianca? She knows. My two nieces are here. So thank you very much for this special honor. I really am humbled to stand here in front of all the other honorees, and my congratulations to Greg and his family, and Linda Kelly, Michael Labella, Julie Leon, Devin Schaefer, and obviously the late, Reverend Nancy Butler. And that was really special to see both of you up here tonight, so thank you. My affiliation with NCCJ does go back over 10 years, and I used to be co-chair of this event, and always was really special to me to kind of be here and hear about the youth honorees and some of the things that they were doing. And I remember when Bob Martino asked me to first do this, I was saying, wow, this is going to be, going to be a lot of fun, meeting all these new people. And then next thing I knew, I really became really attached to the board. I saw how dedicated they were. I saw how dedicated the staff was, and the programs that they were doing to really help, the youth of our community. And that really made a big impression on me, and that's why I joined the board. The Hartford community has a real special place for me, my family, my wife Pat, my son Matt, and my daughter Kristen, and we started a firm, Bob Haggett and Susan, and we started a firm in 1984. And one of the things that was really important to us was to really give back to the community. And I think we've done a pretty good job of doing that over the years, but it's something that we've instilled in all of our people. We've instilled in our people at Haggett Longobardi when we had a firm, and now my partners and associates here at Cohn-Resnick. It's really a big part of what we are. It's one of our core values, and it's something that's really important to me, and I think we try really, really hard to give back to the community, because we recognize how lucky we are and how much we have, and how much that God has provided to us. And we know we have to give back to other people. It's really part of our core culture. And when we look at diversity and inclusion, it's something that's not just a strategic value at Cohn-Resnick, but it's something that's really important to our entire office, our community, our people, and it's something that we strive to, to really drive through the organization and the culture every single day. My wife Pat's been at my side for over 40 years. She's put up with me for that amount of time, which is incredible in its own right. Without her love and support, I really would not be standing here tonight. Together, we raised a great son and a daughter. My son Matt's here tonight, and Matt works for a nonprofit. He's a lawyer, and he gives back every single day, working for a not-for-profit law organization called Mobilization for Justice, and he gives back to people who are low-income housing that need assistance, need an attorney. And my daughter spends a lot of time in the Boston area giving back to the community, and she works as a CPA for one of my competitors, Deloitte, but she does a great job. I really believe that NCCJ has had such an impact on our young people, through its programs and the camps and the things that we do to really allow them to be themselves. And that's really what's so important. And I was really impressed by our youth today, listening to them get up there and really from their heart speak means an awful lot. And you can just see the courage that they have. And I wanted to tell them and the other youth that are here a little story. And I remember this story from way back when, and I probably heard this story 20 years ago, and I'm sure many of the old people like me probably have heard it as well, but maybe some of the younger people have not. And it's called The Starfish Story, and it's by Lauren Isley. And I'll just read it to you. And once upon a time, there was an old man who used to go to the ocean to do his writing. He had a habit of walking on the beach every morning before he began his work. Early one morning, he was walking along the shore after a big storm had passed and found the vast beach littered with starfish as far as the eye could see, stretching in both directions. Off in the distance, the old man noticed a small boy approaching. As the boy walked, he paused every so often, and as he grew closer, the man could see that he was occasionally bending down to pick up an object and throw it into the sea. The boy came closer, and still the man finally called out, "Good morning. May I ask what it is you are doing?" Young boy paused, looked up, and replied, "Throwing starfish into the ocean. The tide has washed them up onto the beach, and they can't return to the sea by themselves." The youth replied, "When the sun gets high, they will die unless I throw them back into the water." The old man replied, "But there must be tens of thousands of starfish on this beach. I'm afraid you won't be able to make much of a difference." And the boy bent down, picked up yet another starfish, threw it as far as he could into the ocean. Then he turned and smiled and said, It made a difference to that one. You can make a difference. All of you can make a difference. You have the voice. You have a voice that can be loud, forceful, and impactful. You see what's happened with social media and some of the things that have happened with the Parkland violence and some of the things we're doing around gun control. Think of that little boy today. That little boy today would have had 1,000 people on that beach within an hour. He could have picked up his phone, tweeted that out if that's what he uses, Instagram, whatever it is you're going to use, Facebook. You'd have all that out there, and the next thing you know, you'd have all these people saving those starfish. So promoting inclusion and acceptance of all people is all of our responsibility. I ask each and every one of you to be heard. Stand up when you see social injustice. Speak up. One person can make a difference. As they said, be world changers. So as I listen tonight, you fill me with a lot of hope. That hope that the next generation will be so much better and stronger than my generation. Hope that every person will be able to live their life freely, without fear, and have the ability to reach their full potential. Hope that someday we will not need an NCCJ, that our world will be smart enough and respectful enough to appreciate everyone. So thank you for this honor, and I'm so proud and really happy to be part of this mission. So thank you.